Alright, folks, and we're back with more Metal Gear. So, going off the last time where I died, let's get back into it and hope that I don't continue dying. We got Red Brass, kind of back to the normal missions. This is not going to be a super plot-heavy mission. Quite a few people to begin. We got a radar specialist, Savage, and a botanist. That's something to do with flowers, I'm almost positive. None of that really matters. Let's get in here, let's get into it. So, I think I'm gonna pick, going with the recommended landing zone is usually not too bad, but I think I'm gonna go here. It's kind of more out there in the wild. Also, you can see we're covered in blood. If you ever want to fix that without going back to Mother Base to take a bath, that will fix it, and also replenish your reflex meter kind of thing. Your senses or whatever. But if you want to get around that, you can just change outfits, and if you want to keep the outfit you want, just go right back to it, then it's clean. This does not fix your reflex mode being hindered, but that's okay. None of that really matters. I guess we could show off the sneak suit. I did have this developed last time, but forgot to use it. The thing with the sneak suit is there's no camouflage, but the upside is that your footsteps will not be detected. It has some other uses too. I think it's more damage resistant and eliminates footsteps, and in forward operation based missions prevents your body heat from being detected by night vision goggles, which doesn't come up too often. I don't feel like that's a very big deal. But anyway, we'll give it a shot this time. We'll give up the camouflage. It's preferable for some missions more than others. I wouldn't say this one is a super really important mission for it, but whatever, no big deal. We do have the non-lethal assault rifle, but I think being silenced is more important than non-lethal, so I'm gonna head back to this. It is lethal, but it's silenced, so always go silenced. We'll get a silencer eventually for that non-lethal assault rifle, and we will be switching to that, but in the meantime we're gonna be sticking with the silenced lethal assault rifle. We also have a sniper rifle just in case. Really not a big deal. Don't really need it. I'm hoping I don't have to use it. So there's that. We're gonna be sticking with the pistol, and I think we're pretty much good to go. We might even switch up the horse. We went parade tack last time. Let's go with the battle dress. Haven't seen this in action yet. Also gets him some extra damage resistance, not like he's really getting into a fight too much. Or in a night, as per the usual. So this mission, if you read the description, we gotta get in here and we gotta eliminate some enemy leaders. I think they might be lieutenants, they might be other ranks in the military, but anyway, they gotta go, and we're the ones who's gonna take care of it. Alright, Red Brass. Here we are with episode 7.
The 3 Soviet commanders are meeting at Davialo Calais. The mission is to eliminate all 3. How you do it is up to you, boss. Good luck.
Alright. I could be remembering this mission. I could be confusing it with a different one, but if I'm not, I'm right. And I think we pretty much just want to go.
Anticipated travel routes and the meeting location to your map. Take a look.
Then I think we want to just go straight to the mission area. They do give these predicted paths, which is where the lieutenants are coming from. There's going to be one lieutenant here. 2 coming from these other bases, or bases, whatever you want to call them. I've heard them called bases. I'm not wrong. I'm not stupid. I'm just kind of stupid. Not full blown yet. So you can cut them off if you want. If you think that's easier. I'm gonna go straight here and pretty much wait for them. I think there's a subjective to hear what all 3 of them say during their meeting. So obviously they all 3 have to be in the same location to hear what they're all gonna say. So let's just head straight there and find a cool spot to chill, relax, take a breather. This would be another good mission for the horse. Until we get someone better, pretty much every mission is going to be a good mission for the horse. But you know, I usually don't use the horse too much. It's not really one of my favorites. I never really got a big connect. I never connected with the horse on an emotional level, and you know, I don't see that changing anytime soon. Also, that's the way I like to get off the horse. You do that cool roll there. That's if you get off the horse while you're kind of hanging off the side. And he's kind of moving at a pretty good pace. So this is where we want to be. I don't really see anybody. So let's just move in here. We don't have the camouflage to help us, but the stealth suit does have some pretty good darkness kind of camouflage. As long as we're in the dark, we should be pretty good. And the night will help with that quite a bit, so we should be okay. We should do fine. But I know there's guards here, and that's what's scaring me. I know they're here. There's actually quite a few of them, if I recall. It's just kind of like worrying me that I don't know exactly where they be. I'm almost positive they're here. I know they are. I think we want to be heading around this way. I know there's got to be some guards around here somewhere, right? I mean, they wouldn't just leave this place unattended, would they? Okay, now I got my bearings. I knew this base, I just didn't know exactly where we were in the base at the moment. So here's where the guards are, yeah. The meeting room is actually over there, and the guards are kind of guarding it. They formed like a perimeter around it. So we're just going to try and get around that perimeter as best we can. We'll see what we can do. This guy might see us a little bit. He shouldn't full-on detect us, though. We want to be heading around the back. We kind of came in through the front. So we're going to head around the back. Also, I can hear some trucks. That's probably the other commanders or lieutenants moving in right now. So let's see if we can't roll around this guy. Also, this is pretty quiet. You want to roll? They can still see you, I think, though. So you want to watch out for that. I think we should be good to go. I don't think this guy will see us. If he does, not a big deal. You know, I'll just keep proning around him or knock him out. Alright, so one of these, we're going to have to go through the mud here. The muck. No big deal. We'll wash that off later. Also, if you go too long without a bath and, you know, you don't change your outfit, I think, you will start to stink and the flies will come around you and stuff like that. So that might be something to watch out for. I don't know if it affects gameplay. I've never really got to that point, but I would assume maybe the enemy could even possibly smell you if you stink and you got too close to them. You know, that's the realism. You know, it sways back and forth at some points in the game, but for the most part, it's a pretty realistic game. Alright, so this is where we want to be. We're going to be getting on top of this building and pretty much just going to, you know, stake this place out. It's a full-on stakeout at this point. Get up here and then go prone. Hold the A button. See, look, he got up that time. And the whole time I was just holding the A button. I never let go of the A button. Alright, so this building right in front of us, there's actually the lieutenants right there. That's at least one of the lieutenants and a guard. Both the lieutenants travel separately, and like I said, one of them's already here somewhere. So let's get in close. We'll scan these guys, make sure you know, we know what's going on here. Also, scanning can be a little bit difficult because of, like, we're really low to the ground, and the binocs. He gets the binocs out, and it's like he gets his face all the way close to the ground. Well, I mean, I'm surprised they can't see us. We're like on the edge of this building. Alright, so there's one of the lieutenants, it looks like, moving in. Also, all the lieutenants bring guards with them. I don't know if I said that or not. I might have hinted at that. But basically, we're just going to wait till they all get into position. A few more guards over there, it looks like. I'm trying to mark everybody I can. This would be a good opportunity to use the zoom in function, because, like I said, the binocs are a little bit temperamental when you're up on roofs like that. Also, this is the lieutenants talking. It's really hard to hear them. We do have a microphone equipped into our binocs, so we can hear them from this distance. That's why I got to this point. So this is the conversation. I think it's a pretty long one. I might just let it run, though. I won't talk over it or anything like that. But I do assume it will be hard to hear. But hey, you got the subs.
уверены, что они дезертируют?
Нет, пока это только теория. Скорее всего, солдат похищают душман.
Чтобы выпытывать из них информацию.
Analysis complete.
Если это будет продолжаться, боевой дух сильно упадет.
If I recall, this conversation is actually kind of funny.
Хочу ударить по их главной базе.
I haven't read it so far, but I'll start reading it. Maybe it'll get funny. I feel like I've read it before, and it's actually kind of funny.
Точно так. Нашему батальону отдадут приоритет при распределении новобранцев. Ваши аванпосты тоже усилят. Вы сможете ударить по врагу гораздо сильнее, когда ваши люди его обнаружат.
Marker placed.
Воодушевляет, капитан.
Is that him? Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the targets.
Marker placed.
Как?
Marker
Is that
placed.
him? Take a good look at their faces so we can ID the targets.
Oh, well, I didn't even know you could do that. We'll talk about that after the conversation's over, but I just found something out.
Marker placed.
Воздушный шар? Это какое-то новое оружие Запада?
Не давайте большого значения слуху. Факты помогут нам найти решение.
Товарищ капитан, разрешите внести предложение?
Разрешаю.
Это ни в коем случае не решит нашу проблему, но я бы установил мины на наименее защищенных отрезках периметра. Это, по крайней мере, помешает противнику.
Да. Мины можно прикрыть слепые зоны или лески, а также дропы, ведущие в обход аванпостов.
Именно.
They're not kidding about those mines either. You gotta watch out for that. They're gonna start putting mines around the locations,
Спасибо, товарищ капитан.
and those mines are easy to step on.
Вернусь на базу.
All right, so that task notification that lets us know that we've finished our objective of listening to them talk. So we're just gonna move in and take them out now. You can kill them if you want,
Map has been
knock
updated.
everybody out if you want, whatever you want to do. I'm just gonna bip some guys. I don't know if I got that guy or not. Okay, I got that guy. I bipped him like a whole bunch and didn't even realize it. I'm just trying to put everybody to sleep here. That way we can extract the captains. I don't know if they'll leave or not. I'm not sure. As you can see, I bipped that guy once. He should kill over here in a minute. I bipped that guy too. I don't know if I actually got him enough to where he'll go to sleep. That dude did go to sleep, so that's good. But yeah, you basically just want to be bipping everybody, getting everybody to sleep here.
You have arrived.
This is
at your
definitely one of our
destination.
targets right here.
The map has
That's
been
one of the targets.
And there's 3 of them. We want to make sure we at least kill all of them. I'm going to try and extract everybody if possible. So we're within the 30-meter range. This dude right here is probably going to notice something's up.
First target extracted. Good. Now for the
Alright, so I bipped them too. They'll go to sleep for too long. We won't have to worry about them. This guy's just a guard, but, you know, I'm going to take all the staff I can get. They're entering combat alert. That's not a big deal. I'm not going to worry about that too much. And I don't really care if they hear these guys go up, because I already bipped them. So that just gets them closer to me. Unfortunately, my plan didn't work out too well because they fell asleep on me over there. That's also not a big deal.
leave the rest
So
to
let's
us.
get over here, get these guys. I don't know if somebody saw them or not,
Development complete.
but here's one guy. Somebody else. Oh yeah, this guy fell asleep. I don't know if we can shoot this guy through the, through the fence. I don't know if that got him or not. I'd have to hit him in the face to see, and I don't really want to do that. That guy's behind the truck, so I can't really get him. Fortunately, he woke that guy up. So we'll just have to bip him again. This dude's been asleep like 100 times now. These guys should go to sleep here in a minute. Oh, there's even a guy in the truck. I didn't even see that guy. Don't know if we got him. Usually they twitch a little bit. These guys, they're not twitching all that much. So they can wake up from the trank dart. Usually takes a while though. I see the other guy over there. They're always wearing a red beret. That's how you can pick them out from the crowd. So I see that guy. I'm gonna try and get out this way. Hopefully not get seen by anybody. We're gonna bit that guy. I don't know if he's wearing armor or not. I can't really tell from this distance. We also are running out of trank darts and silencers for that trank dart. Of course, that tranquilizer gun. So, we're getting this guy. I'm gonna see if I can't get that guy.
Target extracted. Only one left.
But you know, we'll see what we can do. We have some other stuff at our disposal. We might be good to go. Yeah, see, we'll get this guy. We should be able to get this guy. Okay, now the gun's broke. But that's okay. We still have our hand, and I haven't showed off the hand yet. I'm gonna see if I can't use the hand here. I'm gonna charge up the hand, and then you can tase people, knock them out. Real cool and simple. Real sweet move. I think there's only one guy left at this point. Also, I think the hand needs time to recharge. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. See, you got a little meter down there for it charging. So we're gonna see if we can't just get this guy before everybody else wakes up, because they're gonna start waking up. We should have a pretty good bit of time though, because we did trank them. So we should be good to go. Also, we can move as fast as we want. This is where the stealth suit comes into play.
Outpost captured.
Alright, so we captured the outpost. We're good to go. So as you saw there, I was moving as fast as I wanted. As long as you're crouched, it doesn't matter, because we have the stealth suit on, so they can't hear us. So, you know, that definitely helps out. That's one less thing you have to worry about. It's sometimes a really good trade, especially in close quarters areas like this with a lot of guys. You're trying to move real fast. Now what we gotta do is get out of here. Just gonna extract all these guys. We also captured the outpost, so that's also good. I might try and take this Jeep with us this time too. And we got 6 of the 7 tasks. I don't remember what the other task is, but I'm not gonna worry about it.
Subject on board.
Actually, I think we can go in here. There might be something in here before we leave. I don't know if there's a task or anything in here, but we'll look around. We'll take this tape though. Usually the tapes have like songs or just, you know, noises. Like I said, you can, in the last part I think it was, we found like toilet noise, like sounds of toilets. Not a super big deal, but you know, whatever. Also got some stuff here. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Don't see anything else around. Super important anyway. We might go back and check where the lieutenants were having their meeting. There might be some more resources in there, but nothing too important really around here. There might be a communication tower around here somewhere that you can take down, like a relay tower, and that'll free up helicopter landing zones. I think that was where they were. Yeah, they were in that building. Also, I feel like I hear a truck. Oh no, it's the generator. But yeah. And I don't see anything else. We did a quick sweep there of the main buildings. There's a few other buildings you can go in that probably have some stuff in there. Nothing too important, I'm sure. Also, we can check our map, see the red zone. This is the hot zone. We just need to exit it. And quickest way is this way, so we're heading this way. To this way. We also have a sweet Jeep here. And these Jeeps are pretty good. They're pretty fast. I think they're like faster than a horse. You know. Unfortunately, I don't have like a speedometer. I've never had one on one of those in this game. But I think we're good to go.
No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
There you go. That's how you get out of the hot zone without a helicopter. See, we captured an enemy vehicle and we spray paint it. You might even be able to hear them spray painting in the back.
Mission complete. That
There you
right
go.
there is why you're the best, boss. The one and only.
Oh, we even got an S rank on that one. Our time was pretty decent. I think we really got the S rank because we got a lot of side objectives. Look, no retries, no kills, no reflex, no combat alerts is a big one. Perfect stealth, no kills bonus was a really good one. So that means we didn't trigger any combat alerts, neither did we kill anyone. We also extracted the commander and the soldiers riding in his vehicle. So that was like his security units. which, oddly enough, isn't, there's only like, there's the commander, and then there's like only 2 dudes, I think, in the car that ride up with him. But there's like another commander. Like I said, there's 2 commanders that drive to that base. And I think there's like 1 soldier in the other truck with the other commander that counts towards that. I remember something weird being about that sub-objective, but whatever, it's not that important. Neither here nor there. We got paid either way. We got the heroism up, and we're good to go.
Remember what the commanders were talking about? It seems you've been doing your job just a little too well, boss. The Soviets have begun reinforcing the 40th Army's units in Afghanistan, sending in more men and new equipment. While things haven't exactly been easy for us up till now, they're about to get even tougher. You've probably gotten used to operating in Afghanistan, but therein lies the danger. You can't let your guard down, boss.
Oh, we won't. We won't do that. I mean, when do I ever let my guard down? Also, it's worth noting, if you get an S rank on a mission, you unlock an emblem. You always do. Just for the first time you S rank. If you go through and S rank it again, you won't unlock anything. But for the first time you S rank any mission, you get an emblem, or a part of an emblem. So that's kind of cool. So we got the swords crossing there, octopus. That was the octopus.
Each of the teams are active in the area of operations now. That means some will be wounded, get sick, or suffer PTSD. That's where the medical team comes in. I've taken the liberty of commissioning the construction of a new medical platform. Having proper medical facilities for the men is a matter of life or death, so I put up the resources this time around. You can check on the platform's progress by selecting base facilities under the iDroid's mother base menu.
Also, I was saying there, the octopus. I don't know what we got the swords crossing for. It might have just been because that's the first time we did that mission. But the octopus was what we got. The octopus emblem was what we got for S ranking. Also got an elite soldier, A plus guy. There you go. That's good. So don't care about anything else in that regard. But hey, at least that guy got some screen time, right? It's kind of cool, I guess. So this is the downside.
Members of the intel team are on the ground. Their reports will be reflected as predicted enemy fields of movement on your iDroid's map. The higher the team's level, the more accurate and frequent their reports will become. Be sure to take advantage of them.
Yeah, what he was saying is kind of useful and all. We'll get to that later. But as you can see, this is the downside of ending a mission by just leaving the hot zone. You're still in the zone. You just ended the mission. The mission's over. So you have to call in a helicopter and, get out of here that way. We might even be able to start the mission. I'd like to go ahead and just start the next one if we can. I think we should be okay. Yeah, we could. So maybe I'll do that.
Mission accepted. The map has
I usually don't do this, though. I don't usually start the mission while on the ground, because then you don't deploy with, like, better stuff and all that jazz. But, that's not a big deal. We'll start the mission this way, and then I'll tell you what, I'll meet you guys over there. How about that? That'll work, right? Alright, and we're here, pretty much. I mean, I drove most of the way. We're really close to our mission. So I thought we'd get out and I'd show you something. As you remember from last mission, we're pretty much out of ammo, and we have no silencer on our gun. We gotta fix that if we're gonna do this mission, right? So you can go in to supply drops if you want, and you can pick certain stuff out, ammo or like a whole new loadout or weapons, specifically if you want, something in particular. We only need the gun. I don't think we really used anything else, so we'll just call in a new.
Please select a drop point.
Okay, you can't do that, but we'll do ammo refill and folder. Yeah, that's what I really wanted. And we'll pretty much just, we'll tell it to just, right there.
Requested.
So it costs a little bit of money, and the supplies will just airdrop in. Usually doesn't take too long. One thing you might have noticed with the truck, is that when we get in the truck, got the lights on. I've seen some people doing playthroughs of this game and they turn the lights off. They think it's more stealthy, but from my experience, if they're close enough to see you in the truck, then they're going to identify you. It doesn't really matter whether the lights are on or not. It seems to be a range thing, but that's just my experience. I could be wrong. But for me, it's never really been about the lights. It's just been about the distance between me and the enemy. So here we go. We got some ammo dropped here. And there we go. We're back to full. We're ready to go. We got our silencer, and we got our ammo, and we even got more Fulton devices. So we're ready to go. We're ready to get into this mission, whatever it is. I accepted it all willy-nilly. I don't even know what it's about. But we're okay. That last mission went pretty good. We got an S rank. So, you know, I don't see any reason to stop the fun now. Let's just keep it going. It's really close here. I wonder if they're going to do like a little intro or something. I really have never done this before. Like, I've never started one mission while already on the field. I'm going to go this way. I think I saw some wild animals there. Oh, I always do that on accident. Didn't mean to jump out like that. I do like my wild animals. Oh, yeah, the wolves. I like them. If we can get them to attack us, that'd be cool. Come on. You know, you want to. I'm tasty.
Enemy presence detected.
Alright, they don't want
The
to,
map
so
has
we'll
been
just say
updated.
screw it. So this is kind of a new experience for me. I think we just go to the mission zone. Yeah, looks like it. Start the mission on the ground. Yeah, this transitions into a minute. That's actually pretty cool. I've always went back to Mother Base so I can take a shower, raise staff morale, refill ammo without having to call in a supply drop, stuff like that. Alright. Looks like it's left us a little thing there. Gave us some data on our mission. That's how we're gonna start episode 8. That's pretty cool. I like that. And I feel like I've kind of seen everything in this game too. I've played so much of this game. It's kind of amazing to see something new like that. It wasn't much, but it was something, and I appreciate that. At least we don't have to wait on a helicopter.
Two objectives. Eliminate the colonel scheduled to take up a post at Smasi Fort and stop the deployment of his tank unit. Your first move should be to head to Sacré village and search for the colonel and his deployment plans.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that. There's actually a trick to this mission, and I'll point it out later.
Boss, to take out enemy combat vehicles, you'll want to use explosive weaponry. Missiles, grenades, placed explosives. If you haven't developed these yet, use your iDroid to give the order. Choose your weapon according to the situation.
So yeah, there's a trick to this mission. I'm not gonna do it because that's probably not how you're gonna do it the first time you play this mission. And like I said near the beginning of the walkthrough, I'm gonna try and do this how a new person would do it, just to make it maybe a little bit easier for you guys. I'm not sure, but or at least make the walkthrough a little bit more relatable. So we're gonna do this the way you're kind of supposed to do it. But you know, when we get to this one point, you know, I'll tell you what the trick is, and if you want, you can do it. I'm not gonna do it, but I'll let you know about it.
It's a type of medicinal plant. We can use that to make tranquilizer rounds more potent.
He says that, but you know,
Extraction
I'll believe it
arrived at Mother
when he
Base.
gives it to me. So we just need to be heading in there. There's one of these buildings we need to head into. I think it's that building. Yeah, that looks right. And that has the plans in it, so we need to be making our way to that building. Right off the bat here, you're not gonna know it's that building. You just kind of gotta feel your way around the base, look around a little bit. And it kind of sucks, because this is actually kind of a big place. So you could, you know, your first go-round, you could be here for quite a while looking for the right place to go. Just watch out for the spotlight guy up there. He's going to be patrolling around a little bit. I like to take the underpath, you know, just go under a little bit. I think it's possible for there to be mines here. Oh, that guy saw me. That's not good. I'm trying to get the redness. Trying to... Dang it. Yep, that sucks. So, they see me, but it's no big deal. I'm just gonna get moving as best I can anyway. Oh wow, they really see me. And this is almost checkpoint material over here. Yeah, and this is what they do when they see you. They use flares and stuff, so this kind of sucks. So I'm just going to try and get out of the way That way they don't, they lose track of me or whatnot. I'll go ahead and get the lethal gun out too, because it doesn't really matter. Now that they've seen me, and most of these guys suck anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about that too much either. Let's see. I don't think I can aim at him with that. That guy fell asleep. What he? Oh, I must have bipped him at least once with that trank dart. That must have been the guy. So yeah, there's ceasing fire. They don't see me anymore. So that's what happens if you suck. But you know, if you do suck, you can at least run out of sight, hide a little bit, and then they're gonna check the last place I was, try and find me. Which this might even work out in our favor a little bit, because all the guards are going to start congregating in that direction, which means they're not going to be over here, which is where we're going. So that was a little bit of a distraction, maybe a blessing in disguise a little bit, but you know, still not good to do that. I wouldn't recommend that as part of your overall go-to plan. You know, getting spotted is usually always bad. I don't think there's going to be as many guards over here. Looks like, yeah, most of them have left, and this is where we want to be.
Leave the intel files till later. The enemy's on combat alert.
Yeah, see, the files are here. I don't think we can read them right now while everybody's kind of running around. Let's see what's in this box. Anything? Nothing? Ammo? Ammo we can't use? I don't know if there's anything else in here. It doesn't look like it. So they're going to be commencing search.
Looks like the enemy's lost sight of you. They're gonna try to hunt you down.
So they're going to be looking for us now, but no big deal. We don't really care about it.
Intel file extraction arrived at Mother Base. Mission info has been updated. The map has been updated.
Alright, so our mission info's been
Boss,
updated.
that document you just got is the deployment plans for the Smasi Fort reinforcements. According to the plans, the Colonel is supposed to join up with a tank unit of Waksin Barracks and then proceed to Smasi Fort. Those tanks being on the move doesn't make things easy. Hurry, boss. I've sent the tank unit's route to your iDroid.
Alright, so like he said, our objective is to get the tanks now. Because that's where I think the Colonel is. I think that's who we're after. He's in one of the... He's in a patrol truck being guarded by tanks. So, we're going to have to take out the tanks. We're going to have to take out him. You can do this non-lethal, but that's something you're going to have to do on your way, on a second go-through of this mission. Oh, and I almost killed myself. Gotta watch out. Look before you leap. I'm bad about that. So, you know, you might see me break my leg every once in a while. Also, you gotta be careful. This area has usually got mines around it somewhere. Might not be it right now, seeing as though we're still pretty early in the game. But, probably on your second playthrough of this mission if you're trying to get all the tasks. One of the tasks is to get all of them non-lethally. To pretty much fault and extract all three of the targets. The 2 tanks and the trucks. We can't do that. Right now, we don't have that kind of fault and power yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using... looks like there's a sandstorm rolling in too. That could just be my imagination. We're going to be using C4. And that should do just fine. We'll blow up the tanks. We'll try and extract the Colonel if we can. I really just want to blow up the tanks. You want to at least blow up the first one to get the tanks to stop, and then you can take care of the second one a little bit more smoothly. Although you got to be careful. These tanks and how well they can see is a little bit outrageous. They can see really well. I'm going to place 2 C4s right here because these tanks are also really durable. So I'm pretty much just going to wait right here until a tank rolls by, and they're really close at this point. I'm hoping I can see the C4. Yeah, there it be. So we're just going to wait right here for a tank to roll by over the C4 and pretty much detonate it. That actually didn't blow the tank up, which kind of makes me a little bit nervous. Because if it didn't blow it up, we don't have enough C4 to blow it up. We're going to have to use some frags. Never thought I'd use a frag. Hopefully we got enough frags for this. Oh, gosh. Maybe not, though. I think the C4 will at least work better if you were to place it right, like directly on the tank. That might be something to try and look out for. In fact, that's what we're going to try and do here.
There, that's the target.
That didn't work at all. That didn't work much better at all. The RC4 is not very powerful, so this can be a really hard mission. You know, you're just starting out, we don't really have the power to be doing this stuff. Kind of tempted to blow up the truck here. Man, our firepower is god awful. Should've got a rocket launcher. That probably worked out, right? At least we stopped the truck. That's counting for something. There you go, we're out of explosives. That kind of sucks. Dude almost killed us. He killed his own guy trying to kill us. Yeah, this is going horribly. We don't have any good explosives. What we could do is, we'll set, oh, that's good. We'll set the, make that sleep with a bullet to the face. I think. Oh, they had killed him. Those guys attacked them. Or they killed their own guy. I didn't even do anything. This will cause us to lose our rank. Am I taking shots? I am taking shots from something. I don't even see where I'm taking shots from. Those tanks are on the move now. This makes things difficult. Yeah, so this mission really hit the fan. I was going to try and use like a bombing run, but they got to be setting still for that to work. Another thing with the bombing run is it'll guarantee you won't get an S rank. It's kind of like a mission restriction kind of deal. So the bad thing here is that these tanks will not stop. I was actually really surprised that C4 didn't work. These tanks are super durable. Are they stopped at least now? No, they are not. You could try and lead them with the bombing run, but I, don't think it really works that well. Also, it doesn't look like they're gonna see us here. Kind of hoping that they stop at some point. Yeah, this is just going awful. This might be one of the reasons you want to do the submissions. That way you can get enough money to buy stuff that help you out on your missions. Maybe even get a folding extraction device that could actually stop these tanks. Oh, there's something I haven't showed off yet. You can knock out animals if you run into them with your horse, and then you can string them up. So that's kind of useful. These guys have stopped shooting at us. They don't see us at all right now. This is way farther than I wanted to go for this mission. I'm wondering if they're going to even exit the base. They might even exit the mission zone. Nah.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Alright, so they stopped for a minute. Maybe now I can do the bombing run. Oop.
Please select a strike point.
Nope. Maybe?
Strike requested.
We'll see if it works. I don't know if they're in range or not. Depends on how soon they get those bombs out here. That guy definitely moved out of the way, which kind of sucks. These guys do a lot of damage, so you gotta watch out. If they hit you even like near you, they could turn you dead.
Soviet outpost changes in the morning too. Watch yourself.
That dude moved into range. That's kind of good. We might be able to get him. Oh yeah, there we go.
Nice work.
Mission info has been updated.
Let's see this guy right here.
Completed the objective. Now get out of there. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Support helicopter.
Calling the helicopter
requested.
this way. Yeah, we'll see if there's anybody else around. A bip. Might be somebody to shoot. We'll at least distract this guy. Ooh, we got some ammo. That's kind of cool. I think they might have. Oh wow, the horse survived. I thought I heard the horse kill over, so I wasn't sure. Oh, here's some guys. I wonder if I can hit this guy from that one. Oh yeah, look at that. I
He's
got him.
coming too. Roger that.
I wonder if this guy will make it over here before he falls asleep. Test this trank dart, see how well it works. It would be funny if he just killed over halfway through here. Yeah, nope, looks like he's gonna make it. Oh, there he goes. Let's choke this guy out. I was thinking about grabbing him and cutting their throat, because these guys did make me a little bit angry. I'm upset about how this mission turned out. We got spotted and the tanks wouldn't blow up. You know, I looked super unprepared and all that. And ooh, man, I'm actually tempted to leave with this thing, but we'd have to drive a ways, I think, to do that. So just gonna forget about it. But that is a really good tank right there. That's almost worth taking. But hey, we'll work it out. I won't worry about it too much.
Extraction arrived.
But I would recommend taking that tank
Unit
if
launching
you weren't
method.
doing a walkthrough. And you didn't want to, get the video over with because, you want to go eat and starving. But if you weren't doing those things, definitely take the tank. And take the long way. That's just the horse. The horse will move. He always says that. You can't park anything underneath the helicopter. He gets all whiny about it. So, there you go. That's how you do that mission horribly. Also, the trick to that mission is that if you know where the tanks are coming from, you can go straight to the tanks. So if we look,
Buddy,
we were at
departing
this place, I
area of
think. We
operations.
started over here, and we came down that road. If you just, instead of going right at that split, and just go left, you'll run into those tanks. They're just chilling over there at one of the
Great
outposts.
work.
So, we could have did that early on, but to be honest, I don't know if we would have been able to do it. We don't really have the firepower, but we could have still used airstrikes. See, we got the mission restricted over there to below an A, but we wouldn't have got an S anyway. We got a B for fire support. You're not really supposed to do that unless you really need to, which we did. So, no big deal, though. We still got paid a pretty decent amount. That's a mission you're going to have to do 2 or 3 times to get all the tasks anyway. So, I'd say 2 or 3. You're going to have to do it at least once to get the feel for the mission. Second time, because you're going to screw up on the second time anyway. And then third time to actually get it right.
Boss, we're finally ready to put together a combat unit. Staff assigned to the unit will be dispatched as mercenaries to conflict zones. That should guarantee us a stable source of income. MERT deployment allows you to send combat unit staff on relatively easy missions suited to the unit's level. There's little risk, but the rewards are low too. However, there are also contracts known as dispatch missions that offer a higher risk and reward. Give your orders to undertake these missions using your iDroid.
Alright, so we finally got our
We've
deployment unit.
established a sick bay on the new medical platform. Staff who come back with wounds, diseases, or PTSD can be treated there. If we need any other platforms, feel free to issue the construction order from your iDroid.
Alright, looks like the sick bay is ready to go, or medical bay, whatever. So those are all pretty cool. We'll get into more of that later. I definitely want to show off the medical bay and the combat deployment unit stuff. That's all very useful. But
Psyops list
we're covered in
updated.
blood.
Good news from the support unit. They can now deliver support strikes to our areas of operation. Use your iDroid to designate a location for a strike. Just make sure you're not in the kill zone. I'd hate to tell the men they blew up the boss. After you've called in a strike, move away from the target location immediately. Also, like supply drops, strikes cost GMP. So once you don't put us in the red, remember what our real objective is.
Alright, so yeah, like I was saying, we're covered in blood, so I think that's that's a pretty good end for the part, right? That's usually how slasher movies end. So, I want to thank you guys for watching this part, and until next time, I'll talk to you later.